Alright, so it's been like 3 weeks, I think, until the last stream, but now we're here. So you see my shortcuts around here, above Batman's head, so around there, up. You see what I'm pressing when I'm navigating, when I'm doing stuff on the screen. You see the sphere, we will start from the sphere, and we start, of course. So the idea here is, do we have a sound? I guess we have. We should be having. If we don't have a sound, of course, tell me in the chat, because this is live, of course, as you know. So when we're doing stuff like this, so Batman from the profile or whatever, we are always tempted to start doing the profile of the Batman, which is obvious, but it will be a big mistake. First time when I started to sculpt this, because I sculpted it already like 2 or 3 times, I'm not sure. The first time I was tempted to do this and I failed. Of course, I failed to a point that I had to fix a lot of things. So it was not that quick, it was not that nice. But it eventually happened. It happened. So it was cool. Hello, I'm happy to see you live for the first time. Sounds so good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the sound is even better than before, which is great. So I am a little bit sick for, not from you guys. I'm a little bit sick from something. I don't know what. For a couple of days, even 2 weeks already, and my voice still doesn't feel amazing, but I decided to stream today, and as you can see, my voice is fine, really. Maybe I will cough a couple of times in the stream, which is, I mean, you will forgive me, coughing is fine when you are a little bit sick. So my sickness is very weak and moderate, but still it is, I don't feel completely perfect, which is, yeah. But we don't have to be pussies, you know, we have to move on and be fine with it. So, yeah. So, what I was talking about is, the main mistake is to start doing the profile of Batman. Instead, what you should do is start doing a relatively good looking human head. Male head. We have to do this kind of normal head, and from it, it will be much easier to transfer our head to make the bat head. But from the front view, it should look good. The eyes should be in the right position. All the muzzle of the mouth, everything should be fine until the point that we will do the profile. Otherwise, you will end up with a huge mouth, for example, and other stuff that you have to fix afterwards, and it will be a little bit more difficult because already you will get a lot of polygons. When you go to a lot of polygons, then the things start to get a little bit more difficult to fix, especially the big things. So, the other mistake that I see people doing this model is doing the neck. The neck is thick and big. He's like Mike Tyson, you know, he's with big neck because he's Batman, he's strong, he's muscular, he's, you know, he's bigger than life, although he doesn't have superpowers, and he is one of the weakest superheroes if we consider him superhero. But many people like Batman, so yeah, I like him too. I like the idea of this kind of a rich man like Robin Hood, who is well, taking care of the people who couldn't take care of themselves, and he's kind of have a little bit of super strength, although he doesn't have super strength. He's already kind of strong because he trained a lot. He has like the skills because he trained with some ninjas, and overall he's almost like a superhero without the superpowers. Yeah, so he's the weakest one. The weakest link. And when I watched the movie Batman vs Superman, I was like, okay, what? I mean, Superman can lift like mountains, and Batman probably can lift half a ton, maybe, if he pushes himself a lot. So, yeah. But, yeah, he's inventive. He can do stuff. So it's interesting. Okay, now we have this. Let's make the ears, by the way. But before we make the ears, we have to push the head forward, because the head now is kind of a straight forward. We have to push it down so it's like in the picture, because we like it as it is in the picture. So I will just push it like this. I think this will be enough for now. Why am I doing this now? I have the overall main proportions, and I need to kind of do this so it will look more like the concept. And the concept, you may say, again, Nico, you are using AI, you're promoting AI. AI is evil, we don't like it. There are a lot of talented artists out there, you can use their artworks. Yeah, but I just bumped into this and I liked it and I wanted to do it, you know, and I put it as a weekly challenge in my Discord server, which is in the description, by the way, if you are interested. You can go there and kind of join the weekly challenges or just watch how people are doing them and I don't know, maybe inspire yourself. I think this kind of community where people are doing stuff and people are doing the same thing, like all the people are doing the weekly challenge and all the people are doing something else, it's kind of inspiring and you can kind of push yourself a little bit more. This is my opinion. It even pushes me, which is interesting. I even push myself because I see people who are pushing more and more. And I'm like, wow, this guy has done pretty good job. He has put like a couple of hours into it. So yeah, it kind of makes me do it too. So I guess it's good for everybody. It's good for all people. Now the neck should be thick. You know, if you make the thin neck of Batman like this, he will look weak. He will look like a little bit like a woman, probably. Yeah, I'm not trying to be what is this, gender specific, but we don't want our Batman to look feminine. Obviously, that's something that we don't. If you want your Batman to look feminine, that's absolutely okay. Especially if you live in United States, you would want to be Batman to be LGBTQ something probably. That's absolutely fine. If that's your heroes, that's fine. We have to be woke, you know, that's normal. But for all of us who are just enjoying masculine, like old school Batman, we don't want him to have thin neck, you know, that's the idea. Here. Okay. So what's happening? Trump is now the president. The dollar is going up. The crypto is going up, by the way. All the crypto is going up. The Bitcoin, it's on the biggest price ever now. I mean, the biggest price. Is it the price of Bitcoin? Yeah, probably. It's $80,000 or something. It had never been this far. The furthest before that was 72,000. Now it's $80,000. It's just wow. So everything goes up when Mr. Trump goes into power. Except for my dick, but it doesn't matter. It's not about him, you know. He's just not sexy enough for me. I just think so, yeah. So it's fine. It's cool. We don't have to talk about this, I think, yeah. It's cool not to talk about it, right? Okay. Now, the nose of Batman is kind of sharp. Let's try to make the mouth. So I always start from the angles of the mouth like this, push them, and then go to the middle point. And yeah, it's going there. Of course, if you want your Batman to be like this, you can leave it like this. But if you don't want, we can just push the lower lip a little bit back and it will be better immediately, almost immediately. Hello everybody who is saying hello. Of course, Bitcoin is 80k, of course we know. Is this a pre-recording? There was a ready-made model on the preview. Yes, this is a pre-recording, of course. That's why I'm reading your comment in the pre-recording, because this is when I'm we're living in the past or in the future, I don't know. How do you make the miniature sculptor before the video happens? That's a pretty good question, by the way. Thank you for this question. I told you I did this a couple of times, so in the thumbnail right now, for those who are watching live, the thumbnail is from my last attempt. So this is not what this will become completely, but it will be close, most likely. So bear with me here, it's fine. It should be fine. We should be fine. I was struggling with bones above the eye. It's hard to consider whatever eyes are too deep or whatever bones. Yeah, the bones above the eye usually are not very visible. You have eyebrows, you have fat there, you have a lot of things. So yeah, they're kind of tough, but you have to watch a lot of references and yourself also. And also I always advise you to touch yourself to see what's happening there or everywhere, whatever you want to find out what's happening. You have to touch it. It's a good way to just be aware of your preferences in the touching department, whatever. Okay. So we will push the mask upward like this. It will be here, and then it will go down like this. So this is our mask. The ear should go much higher. Like this is a huge jaw he has, and the ear is here because the AI doesn't know that the jaw usually cannot be that high, but it doesn't matter, it looks cool, so we will do it, even if it's not exactly plausible. But we will get on with it. I mean, we will get on with the AI. Because the AI is our savior. No, it's not. It's... Trump is our savior, we all know that, you know. Every American knows that, especially those who are voted for this guy. Trump, my opinion is, and I expect after I say that the drones will come, the American drones will come, although they probably don't know exactly where I live, but they will find out pretty easily. Trump is a fucking liar. I mean, he's lying all the time. He's lying about all the things. Putin is the same, by the way, absolute liar. So for me, Trump and Putin are pretty similar, so they probably will understand each other, and the war in Ukraine may end. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, both are complete liars. And everybody knows that. I mean, even people who are voting for Trump, they know that he's a liar, but people who are voting for Trump, I understand them. Why? Because he is talking about America and America only. He is not taking into consideration other nations, their interests or whatever. No, only America. America for him. Which, yeah. Although there is one saying, if you want to be okay and to be happy, you have to make other people happy. All around you. So if people all around you are happy, you probably will be happy, you know. If you think all about yourself, if you are very selfish, at some point you will not be super happy. But I don't know if this applies to international politics. It applies usually to personal things, so I'm not sure. You know. I'm detailing a 30-meter face meshing blender. That's cool, yeah. What politician doesn't lie? Yeah, I know, they lie a lot, but I don't know why we believe them. I sometimes watch Trump and I hear what he says and I say, that's a good thing. I mean, I believe him. And even in these elections, I'm a little bit ashamed to admit, but from both candidates that were fighting, I probably would vote for Trump. Yeah, I know. It's, yeah. I think he's a clown. I think he's a liar. But, I don't know. I probably would vote for him. Nah. He's a fucking selfish guy. He's not a good person at all. He's pretty bad. But still, I don't know. Probably people are tempted to vote for the stronger person, you know, the stronger guy. Especially in the times of crisis like wars and stuff. We tend to turn for the worst. For dictators and stuff. Yeah. Probably this is our thing. Like people. We are people. Could you start the challenge today instead of Saturdays? I don't know, it's kind of custom to start the challenges in Saturdays. This Saturday I didn't start a challenge, I haven't. Because, I don't know, I decided not to do, since I haven't done any streams lately. So I didn't do any challenges. But yeah, next week there will be no streams. Because I will be in Vienna, Austria. I will not be at home. So I probably will not be able to do any streams next week. But after that, we will be back with regular streaming every Monday and maybe even more. But we'll see. Now we have relatively good looking bat face. Not the best, not the worst, as always. But that's always the case, as you know, with me. It's always not the best, not the worst. If we spend like a couple of more hours, maybe it will be more better than worse, but for now, it's not. It's just, it is what it is. I'm Batman. The Trekaprlep. In Bulgarian, we may say Batman is Trekaprlep. If we can say it in more like perfect Bulgarian, it will be Човекът Прилеп. But if we say it like talkative, Trekaprlep. Plep. Batman. Yeah. Good morning from Madrid. I'm learning to sculpt and to speak English with you. Thank you so much. Ooh, that will be interesting to learn to speak English with me. That's amazing stuff. I have to make a channel probably for English, you know, learning English with Nico. That will be super cool. And I will teach you first, of course, the cursed words. I can teach you also Russian. Suka, bля, and stuff like this. Of course, I don't think they say suka, bля that much, but probably at some point they say it, yeah. Okay, let's add a little bit more geometry right now. And smooth it out and do a little bit more work. How much time has passed? 17 minutes. Thank you very much. Pikachu is giving me 400 something. Thank you, Pikachu, for that. Hi, I started using Blender recently. Love your work. Thank you very much, Pikachu. Pikachu is number 1. As you can see from his post, there is 1 there. So he's probably number 1. And he's giving 400 something. We don't know what it is, but it's something. Nico, could you make a sculpture of Warhammer 40k orc in a future life? Probably yes. I like the Warhammer universe, by the way. I haven't played any of Warhammer games, but I once was present to a Warhammer event where people were playing in these huge tables with those figurines that they color themselves. And it was pretty cool. So I like the Warhammer 40k universe. Most of the models are pretty complex from the Warhammer. So it will be difficult to make like a Space Marine or something. But Orc, I guess it could be done. Although the Orcs from Warhammer, I don't know if they're very different from other types of Orcs. From like Warcraft or whatever. But if they are, we can try to do something. If they're not, I have orcs done in my channel. I think in this channel you can check out the previous videos in the lives sections of the videos in the channel. If you go to the channel main page and then go to lives, you will see all the videos. There are a couple of Batmans, there are a couple of Supermans, there are a couple of Wolverines. Probably Wolverine is one of my favorite superheroes. I think there is Deadpool, definitely Deadpool. Even Ninja Turtle I have done with collaboration with Kaiser Kizer. I'm not sure his name is Kaiser or Kizer. Kizer, probably Kaiser. Should be I, you know, it's like E in English is I, Kaiser. Okay, Kaiser Zilla, I think it's his name in Instagram. Or is it? Nobody knows. We're using Suka Blood quite often, but we didn't say them together that often as many foreign. Exactly, yeah. Man, I started losing my hair. What should I do to stop them? I don't know. As you can see, I don't know. One of the currency is in BRICS group. Oh, in the BRICS group. What about Arcane Sculpt? If you do, maybe pick Victor. Victor from Arcane. I don't know. I have to see the second season. I will see. Hey Nico, I have a question that you might be able to help me answer. Why do so many great 3D artists struggle to find a job? Seeing them struggle is quite depressing. Because nowadays it's just not a great time for any IT industry job finding, you know. You just, even if you are a relatively good 3D artist, it will be hard to find a job, and also you have to keep your expectations for a salary and for the job pretty low. Because it's just the times are like this, you know. When the times change, it will be noticeable and we'll see. But for now, times are like this. It's just hard for everybody. Even if I want to you know, find a job, probably it will be difficult for me too. Although I have a lot of experience, like 15 years in the game industry, so should be easier. But there are not too many jobs out there. And mostly the jobs are for experienced artists, if there are some. Like lead artists or stuff like this. But of course, I expect the things to change at some point. Maybe next year, maybe the year after that. Nobody can say. Exactly because we are not fortune tellers, unfortunately. Maybe some of you are fortune tellers, I'm not. But I'm trying to figure it out, and when I do, I'll tell you. Let's put some eyes, by the way. It's a little bit difficult without eyes. Eyes, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Let's make them a little bit bigger and put them inside the eye socket. Kind of like this. And then we'll have to adjust the eye itself to make it more thin, to make it more triangular looking from the side view. We should be able to do this relatively easy. This is looking obviously pretty bad. His eyes are pretty small and they are pretty small overall. So maybe we can make them bigger, we'll see. But there are always things like this, and if you're not experienced in making portraits or whatever, you will be doomed. Yeah. Many people think that if they put like 200 hours or 500 hours even in making portraits, they will become much, much better. That's not exactly the case. You will get better, but for much better you need a lot more time. Couple thousand hours will probably do it, but not less than that. Hello, I'm from Hungary. I'm starting to sculpt because of your lives. Very inspiring me. Keep the good work. Thank you very much. Have you seen the new sculpt tools introduced to Blender 4.3? I'm currently using Blender 4.3, as you can see. So I probably have seen them. There are not too many things that I would use. Most of them are gimmicks for me, like clothing to work with some cloth brushes or simulation brushes. Fuck. I will advise every young artist who is starting to use Blender right now or in the last couple of years probably. Don't use those brushes too much. I mean, concentrate on your skills, not relying on some simulation brushes, because those simulation brushes will fail you most of the time. Maybe there are very specific areas that we can use those brushes, but most of the time it will be a fail, complete fail. So yeah, I'm just guessing. I haven't tried them even, but I'm guessing. This is just a guesswork, you know, I'm doing. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm just old, kind of a sad old guy who just don't want to accept the new, what's happening. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I just have seen many kind of these gimmicks in ZBrush and Blender come and go, and I know not to care about them too much. But you will decide which one it is, you know. It could be one, it could be the other. Maybe. I'm just a sad old guy who wants to hate the new things and doesn't want even to try them, although, as you can see, I'm using the newest Blender 4.3, which is, by the way, this is a beta version, what I'm using. I don't know if it came out yet, the real version, but I'm using the beta version, the beta version. It's the 10,000 hour rule. Definitely, yeah. Do you use turntable or trackball navigation? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably turntable. I watched Justice League yesterday. Good. I'm watching the Titans right now. Teen Titans or Titans. I'm not sure how they're called. But in Netflix, it's a little bit grim and with blood and violence stuff, because it's not animated. It's interesting. It starts slow, but it picks up. Okay, I mainly focus on sculpting and modeling, and I'm still on Blender 3.4. Absolutely enough, in my opinion. 4.3 looks really different. Should I update my Blender? If you want to get used to the newest Blender, then you can update. If you just want to work and don't bother with those stuff, you can just continue working on the Blender you're working with, because 3.4 or any after 3 is completely enough for everything, in my opinion. Everything after that is just gimmicks, which, you know, you can use. Some of the things you can use, they will probably save you a little bit of time, but not super huge amount. So yeah, be careful with that. Be careful what you wish for. So now we will go to coloring, and we will start color the Batman. This is an interesting color, I would say, but we'll fix it. Don't be bothered by it too much. So how to fix it? We'll go here, not here, here, and we'll go to probably hue, and we will try different hues. A little bit more bluish like this, and maybe value a little bit darker will be fine. I think this is good enough. It's not the best, but it's probably good enough, which is good enough for me. When it's good enough for me, you know. And we will also draw with black, by the way, because some of the shadows are pretty difficult to make. They're not probably impossible, but they are next to impossible to make with just lights. So we will do some lights, but other than that, we will also draw shadow. Shadow on the wall. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, my strength of the brush is 100, which is not exactly the best. And I don't have this, but now I think it's better. And we can even draw a little bit here, because he has something like a beard. Yeah, that's normal. Let's make this a little bit more lively. Maybe we can put more of this color a little bit here and there, just to make it more lively, as I say. All right. Move some things around. Interesting stuff. Let's see. Good. Good. Now, it's mostly about the render. So let's go to the render window, and we have this. And in the newest Blender, in order to go to ambient occlusion, we have to go to ray tracing, enable it. This fast GI approximation, we have to go to ambient occlusion, for example, in order to have ambient occlusion, and then play with those settings here. Race, let's try 3 steps, I don't care. Precision, I'm just moving and see what will happen. Distance, yeah, bigger distance will give us a little bit more black here and there. Track near, bias, it's just so yeah, I'm a little bit confused with this, but it's fine. It's, I guess it's cool. Let's go to the eyes, by the way, and they have to be white, so let's color them white. Now they're white, they're colored. Believe me, maybe you don't see it, but whatever. I will put material, and yeah, the material, this material, this will be base color will be color attribute. Now we have this, and the white eyes will be another material, which will be, okay, this is this and this, so it came out with this material. Nice. So I will copy this and make the emission, like, you know, a little bit more emission, so they are white. Good. Now we will put, I'm working with my mouse right now, by the way, to do this, because it's easy. As you can see, I'm coughing because I'm still not in a perfect condition. Although in all those weeks, maybe almost 3 weeks now, I'm sick, and I have never been on bed, like lying on the bed, cannot move. I was doing push-ups every day. I was going to some places, but coughing, having some headaches and other stuff, but not something like amazingly bad. It was just not super cool. It was not the best. Nico, do more streams, we miss you. Yeah, some people miss me, some people don't, I guess, so it's fine. But as I can see, 174 people watching right now, probably because this is Batman. Maybe. Or you just miss me, I don't know. So we're putting a little bit of a lighting here, and we'll get it to, let's say, 200. 200 is relatively fine, and we will try to put it where it's nice. I think here will be fine. The problem with this is that, as you can see, we don't have these huge shadows here. We shouldn't have. So maybe we can duplicate it. And yeah, the problem, and you see shadows is on here. By default, these shadows here can be off in Eevee render in Blender. So you will be like, okay, I'm moving my light and it's lit the object, but it doesn't have shadows. What's happening? You have to turn the shadows on, you know. If you don't turn the shadows on, you will be doomed. Or not. Who knows? Nobody. Now, roughness, a little bit less rough, so it's shiny. Let's see if this light here is appropriate to have. Maybe with a little bit less, like 50 strength. Okay. Maybe we remove it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's put, by the way, a plane behind him. Let's try that, a plane. And what we will do with this plane, 90 degrees. I couldn't, so 90. We'll put it here and make it big, make it huge, make it even huger than this. And then apply a material to it. Which material, you will ask? It will be this material. And we will have a relatively white background. Amazing, I know. It's just what I do, you know. And let's see if we can... Where is the light here? Okay, it's here. Let's see what you're saying. I wish Blender paint features were better with layers and this stuff. I think there are add-ons for that, so it's fine. You can try some searching for add-ons. I don't miss layers too much. How many push-ups a day do you do? I do 40 push-ups in the morning and 40 in the evening. So around 80 push-ups. Sometimes I do 40 in the noon. So 120 sometimes, but usually just 40 plus 40. Sometimes when I was a little bit more sick, I was doing 30 and then 30 because I didn't want to push myself that much. Because when you are a little bit sick, your organism, your immune system is trying to fight the illness, and if you push it too much, you can get the matters worse. So I was just doing 30 in my worst days. You copied my sickness too, body pain and irritation, throat and coughing. Yeah, irritated throat, my voice is not the same for like 2.5 weeks probably. In the last weeks, last Monday I wasn't able to speak too much. So yeah, that's some of the things. By the way, if we go here and add a little bit of like reddish color and make it 10 and put it just down here just for the face, it's not gonna happen. I will delete it, by the way, this one, or just disable it. Now what I notice here, it's everything is too dark. Yeah, we have the shadows relatively fine, we have something, but it's too damn dark. We can try to do a little bit more modeling in order to make some things a little bit more nice. But other than that, we have to go to color correction, probably around color management. And with the curves down here, we might make it a little bit like this. Although, as you can see, it's not happening too much. I need the shadows, some of the shadows to be very dark. And I need the face, the skin, to be relatively light, but it doesn't happen. So I will disable the curves, and I will think of other ways. So probably we have to kind of make this light a little bit more bright, like this. Yeah, this sometimes helps, as you can see. The other things we might want to do in order to look like the concept is to make his eyebrow a little bit more frowny, a little bit more forehead. We need to fix few things and it will be good, or at least it should be good. Of course we will at the end fake everything and just draw over it with the black pen. I always do that, and it's completely fine, because you know, if Trump can get away with those lies that he's doing, we can get away with everything here in the 3D industry. We're not hurting anybody, we're not killing innocent children or whatever, so I think we are completely okay. Maybe we're hurting innocent Batmans a little bit, but as I'm seeing this guy, the Batman, he's not looking hurt or something, he's looking fine. So I guess we're fine. I don't know. Maybe we can go with screen mode of our brush, so we can make it a little bit more bright here. Let's try that. A little bit brighter. I'm not completely convinced. You know, from the side view, from the profile view, which is the view that we want, it looks kind of okay. From the other views, not so much. It will not look good from any other views, probably that much. But that's life, you know. That's the life. We have to consider it. This is what I'm talking about. I will just draw with black, because it will be better and it will get closer to the concept when I draw with black like this. So we like it more. Painted black. And I will do some lines in here. By the way, since I'm working in the... I'm working inside the render mode, it's lagging. And when I'm making a big lines, it's kind of lags a lot. But again, we are not worried too much. Those things here we will not do because it doesn't look good. I've tried that. It doesn't look good. Believe me. I'm not Donald Trump, so I rarely lie. Everybody lies, but I rarely do so, you know. I'm not also Putin, who said that no, those troops in the border of Ukraine, they are just we're doing some exercises. It's not we're not gonna attack Ukraine. Are you crazy? And the couple of days later, we all know what happens. Almost 3 years ago. And after that, the lies were just one after another. But I guess all politicians lie first. And then when it's war, you have to be deceitful. You have to deceive people. You don't have to let them know what you are thinking or what you're doing. But I don't like it. I don't like liars. So I don't like politicians as a whole. So it's fine. I guess we all are like this. We don't like politicians. So I don't know. This is what we can do for this amount of time. What is the amount of time? Okay, 41 minutes up to this point. 42 minutes or whatever. It's enough to do this. Yeah, we can do better. We can do worse. For example, from the front view, it's nothing to brag about too much. From the side view, it's like the concept almost. That's why we've done that. If we want it to be better, we'll have to work more. And that's mostly thing. Okay, let's answer some questions. But first, I have to cough. Because when I talk too much, as you can see, I start coughing since I'm not yet completely well. 14-1 set, that's huge. It's not. I've done... I mean, push-ups is my thing, you know. I've done push-ups for a long time, since I was like... Maybe I started doing push-ups when I was 6th or 7th grade in school. And in the beginning I was doing like 3, 4, 5. Then I started doing 10. Then I started doing 15. And when I was a student, there was times that I was reaching 60 in one go. My record was 60. I usually was doing like 40 to 50, but one time I did 60. Probably they were not super clean though, but whatever. So, then I stopped doing them that regularly, but now I got back to it because I started to gain weight. And I wanted to kind of relax this weight gaining. Why I gain weight? Because I eat a lot of sugar. And I wanted to eat sugar, but still don't look fat. That's why I do a lot of push-ups, and I do some pull-ups also when I'm more healthy. I trained at home and doing workup last year, and I think I barely can do more than 25. Maybe bad food, maybe parasites. Or maybe you're doing them very slowly. You know, when you start doing push-ups, you have to do them a little bit faster, so you can do more before you start exhausting yourself, you know. And yeah, I'm doing the push-ups a little bit more in a hard way. I'm doing them on my fists. Not like this, but like this on the fist. Why, you will ask? Because on the fist it's harder, it's more manly. And I'm from Western Europe, and we here, like Bulgarians, Serbians, we like to do things a little bit harder, you know. We are a little bit more masochistic. And also, because of this, I have this thing here, a very hard thing. And on my other hands, because of the push-ups on the, you know, yeah. Strong. Love your work, Nico. I teach 3D concept art, and whenever students ask me for sculpting tutorials, they can look online. I always redirect them to your channel. That's cool. You're giving me some subscribers. That's nice. I can do 30 push-ups, but I can't do 5 pull-ups. Yeah, but in order to do something, pull-ups or push-ups, you have to do it regularly. You have to train it. So my record for pull-ups is about 12 on one time. I usually do 8, then rest a little bit, then 8, then rest a little bit, then 8. So 3 series by 8 pull-ups. The push-ups, I don't do series. I just do 1 time 40, then I go out. Since outside in Bulgaria now in the morning, when I bring my girl to kindergarten, which is about 20-minute walk one direction, it's about 0-1 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty cold. But when I do 40 push-ups and I go out, I can walk just with the t-shirt, you know, and people are like watching me strangely, but they don't know the secret is to do 40 push-ups just before you go out. This is some secret, you know. One more question for me. Do you use any specific modeling when it comes to clothing, such as subdivision modeling, or do you always sculpt and retopology later? It depends on what you want to achieve. But if you want to achieve a very good result, I would suggest sculpting and retopology later would be the best way. And then probably reproject some things like I showed maybe the last stream, or reprojection I showed in the Discord server, I think. But basically reprojection is, I will show you, it's very easy. So you get this Batman. Then you go to, of course, you have to have this plugin, which is the quad remesh, and it's paid. I think it's 30 days free in the beginning, but it's the best kind of fast remeshing tool. And sometimes you need to remesh by hand, because no remesh tool will help you that much. But in this case, we can try with this particular tool. Let's try. Ha, he has very nice black eyes, black eye piece. 5,000, okay, symmetry and remesh it. Now we will wait a little bit and probably it will remesh at some point. I'm not sure. Yeah, 1%, 16%, 19%. Yeah, we will wait for it to remesh and answer some questions. It will be fun speed sculpting Trump on this stream. On this stream exactly, no. Probably some other stream maybe. But this is what we get, the Batman. Okay, now we have retoposphere and we have the original. It's still there. Okay, now we go and generate multi-resolution and subdivide it a couple of times. Let's say 3 times. Then we add another modifier, which is, I'm not sure which one it will be, but no, project. Let's find it. We have to find it first. Shrink wrap. I think shrink wrap will work, yeah. Shrink wrap modifier, we will target this sphere. Sphere, yeah, sphere, which is the first. And now we have something, but let's try inside. It doesn't work quite well. Let's try project. Okay. And let's try negative also. And on surface, and now it's completely okay. Now this is our retopologized mesh. We have subdivisions now on it, and if we disable the shrink wrap, we'll get this. You know, we have subdivisions even if we enable the shrink wrap. Yeah, so this is just the basic projection. It's very easy. Now you apply the shrink wrap modifier and you have it, and then you can apply the multi-res if you want, or if you don't want, you just can leave the multi-res on. I don't know why, but you can. Obviously, we can also transfer the polypaint, but it was, I'm not sure exactly how was it, so we will not do that. But that's the case. I mean, it's relatively easy when you get your mind on it. Not bad. In 1 hour, okay, is all you can hope for. Exactly, I think so, yeah. Whenever I start exercising at home, I tend to drop after a few days. How do you guys build discipline? I can do 3D all day, but lazy to do physical exercise for 15 minutes. Many people are like this, so they become very good 3D artists, but fat. It's fine. It depends. At some point you can start going to gym. Already you are a good 3D artist, for example, you can start going to the gym and you'll be fine. If you are young. If you're old, you might die from heart attack, or diabetes or whatever, so you have to be careful. The face structure looks like Nico. It's, yeah, the same. Face needs more volume, probably, yes. Привет вам, да. I don't see where we are. People joining thinking it's a 2D painting, then speech art paints the camera, past the camera, and it's interesting. Yeah, but still, only 145 people are watching right now, probably because they didn't want to see something as boring as projecting, retopologizing and stuff. And many people are asking me, why don't you retopologize on the stream? Because it's boring and most people will not find it interesting, probably. Maybe. Although I can do it most of the time. Heineken, is there a way to get those vertex paint into a UV layout? When you have the high poly and you have the low poly with the UVs, you can easily project and make the UV into texture, of course. Or you can make UVs for this high poly and make it into texture, but I don't recommend that. This will be a very hard job, especially even if you have a very good computer. To make UVs for high poly meshes, it's not a very good idea. It just will be very slow or impossible. Please talk about the harsh reality of the 3D character industry from your experience. But, 3D character industry, from my experience, was very nice. Nowadays it's not, but it was very nice. Nowadays, all the IT industry is suffering, which is normal. The circumstances are like this. That's why I think most of young people who want to get into the industry, they need to work hard right now. Next, maybe 1 or 2 years, develop your skills, take your time. And when the time comes and the companies are starting to hire again, because now they are not hiring, they are laying off people mostly. When the companies are starting to hire again, when the things starting to normalize, the things in the whole economy of the world has to start normalizing first in order for our industry to start normalizing. But when the things start to normalize, you will be more qualified and it will be easier to make job. Until then, just do stuff, post it in ArtStation, develop your ArtStation, make more people kind of like you, make people like you. I don't know how this works, but still. Can you create smoke effect to... I don't think so. Talk about how the AI picture isn't really any good for reference. It's pretty good for reference, actually, for overall reference. But yeah. Greeting from Sochi, Russia. Oh, wise, kind man. I wish you good health. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. But is it Sochi in Russia? I don't know. Probably it is. You're mixing it with your experience of anatomy, lighting, color, and the AI piece doesn't create those correctly. It just makes something pleasing based on other people's actual work. Exactly, yes. But if I work, for example, a couple more hours on it with adjusting the lights, adjusting materials, adjusting stuff, maybe I can get it to look more and more like the concept. I can fake few things probably also in order to make it work. Because the concept, as you can see, is a pretty good job. If you can get this concept and kind of work on it like 10 hours, make it look very, very nice, and put it into your ArtStation, a concept like this, even from AI, you did your job, you make it your own in the 3D, and you show like front view and side view and everything, so people know that this is not AI. You will be good. You will get followers. It's just fine. So you can use the AI. Don't let the AI use you or the AI frighten you. You can use it sometimes because AI is doing visually very pleasing things sometimes. And we can get those things, like 2D pictures, make them in 3D, and enjoy the likes and subscribers or followers in our station, you know. That's good. And with subscribers and followers in our station comes sometimes work, freelance, sometimes. Nowadays, less, but back in the days, it was like, yeah, every week, kind of, people are contacting me, want me to do something for them. Sometimes we don't agree on price, sometimes we don't agree on other things, but sometimes we do, and we work together. I saw someone was doing push-ups with only 4 fingers. Yeah, everybody can do whatever they want. I mean, it's up to you to challenge yourself. Nico, hi. Okay, good. This is a lot of O's, but still, it's fine. Hi, Nico. You didn't say Nico is gay or Nico is LGBTQ, TV, something. But even if you say that, it's fine. Because everybody can say whatever they want to you, but this is their perspective. They're thinking that, or they want to hurt you in some way. They want to get some reaction from you. Usually it's like that when they insult you. And if you don't insult yourself, it just stays with them. It's just cool. So you can say in the chat that I'm gay. You can say in the chat that I'm a woman. You can say in the chat that I am a coward. I know I am, but still you can say that in the chat. And I will not get offended. Why? Because I'm wiser than that these days. Especially in this state of mind that I'm right now, which is relaxed, since I'm a little bit sick. So it's fine. It's completely fine. Heineko bought many courses from you. Thank you very much. They are great. We need legs and feet course, by the way, from Iraq. I know, but I don't know if I will be able to do this course this year. Hopefully at some point I can start it, but I'm still training sometimes for it, and I'm not thinking I'm completely ready to explain everything as I want it to be, like clear explanation how to sculpt feet and legs. Every time when I'm doing anatomy course, I'm practicing for a couple of months before. I'm trying to clear the things in my head, how to explain it, how to most easily explain what's happening with the thing, like arms or heads or whatever. So it takes time. Quad remesher is worth every penny. Yes, if you work with it. For example, if you are now without a job, you don't have money, and you only want to train your sculpting, you don't need quad remesher. But if you want to make clean meshes, then quad remesher is a good option for you. Because clean meshes is for production, of course. Currently doing your course, watch some videos from you on the head anatomy as well. Remodel face twice to get the best result I can. Yeah, but you know, you make one face and you work on it and you make the best result you can. You have to throw it away at some point. Start another one. And work again. But not only from your imagination. Always use references, a lot of references. And courses and other videos and whatever. Even your own face in the mirror could be a good reference. And with this, you will start to understand more and more the shapes and forms, because they are very complex. We have to stylize them sometimes. In order to learn them, you have to work more. Practice. I wish I could mark loops like in ZBrush to make more clean eyes and etc. Yeah, I don't know if that's possible here. For zero mesher, I mean, for the quad remesher, I mean. That neck is way too thin from the side. I don't think so. So I like to make furniture in Blender. Is there some way you can sell them? So you can, I guess you can sell furnitures in Blender. In some of the sites that you can, but I guess they're full with that kind of things nowadays. You can make packs with different furnitures and sell them for people who are making architectural visualization. But there are so many packs right now. Many people are making like wardrobes or beds or stuff. So I don't think it's very easy to get into this market. Have you ever wanted to create your own game? No, I haven't. I didn't want. I always wanted to work for a game which I like. For example, for Fallout series game, or to work on, yeah, Fallout mostly. Mostly, I would love to work on a game that I kind of play and like. But to make my own game, I don't have this wish. If you were using this for portfolio, what do you add to the sculpt? I will add more cleanliness to the sculpt. I will work more into make it a little bit more visually pleasing, maybe. Sharpen some areas, clean some other areas, and definitely work a lot more on the render, because the render right now is the weakest link. Because we have a relatively good sculpt, we can work with it. But for a proper render, we will need a long time to adjust the lights, to make them like the perfect amount of luminance, and to put them in the perfect position, and the shadows and everything is difficult. Is this a recording? Yes, this is a recording, but I'm still able to read the chat. I don't know how this is happening. This is very difficult, but I'm doing this. Retopo is very boring process, exactly. Dobar den, hello. Nico, I saw an AI make 3D model is not that good, but looks like 2D. They said it won't be as good, but look at the ref now. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, the AI is making 3D models right now. They are, you know, when the AI starts making good 3D models, relatively good 3D models, it still will need a 3D artist to fix things here and there, to be able to work with these 3D models. Somebody who knows a 3D program, and not many people know 3D program. No, many people know Photoshop, but way less people know Blender or similar 3D program, because 3D programs are far more difficult to learn. So relax, it's fine. When I remesh a hand, all fingers get together. You have some tip to remesh it. Yeah, remesh it on higher resolution, and distance the finger a little bit, the fingers from each other, and go to a higher resolution to remesh. Nico tells the truth most of the time. Yeah. Hi Nico, have you watched Arcane? You should sculpt one of the characters. They're pretty cool. I know, I watched the first season back in the days, and now I will watch the second season at some point. You need to be woke to sculpt. That's debatable. How I can stay motivated and never do a burnout? You can't. We all have burnout sometimes. We all have our periods of laziness. But you just have to kind of get through it. If you can wait it out, you wait it out. If you can't, if you are pushed by the circumstances, you don't have money or something, you just will just sit and work because the circumstances are pushing you. Yeah, first time I got you live. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings, hello. Hola, or something. Yeah, I'm Mexican or Spanish. Henry, could you still use Marvel's Designer for clothes and Substance Painter, even though you are now Blender artist? You know, Substance Painter and Marvel's Designer are programs that Blender cannot replace for now. So I have never used Marvel's Designer actually for clothes. I have tried it a couple of times, yes. But all the clothes that I've done for characters for Gameloft, for example, they were done by hand. All the folds and everything is done by hand. You just learn how to do it, and it's better to do it by hand, especially for stylized characters. If it's for realistic character, then Marvel's Designer definitely will help. Substance Painter is no doubt the best program to, in my opinion, to bake your maps and to make your textures, definitely. Are you excited for the changes to the brushes in Blender? No. Why you never use Dino Topo Sculpting? It's just my style, I don't use it that much. So you can get your basic pose for a face mesh. To redraw curves. Face sets to material and that to quad remesher. Probably it's possible with the face sets. But to material and that will be, you know, complicated stuff. Holy cow, you're a really great artist. Thank you, Dark Knight, one of the best heroes. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, you know Isart Digital? I don't think so. But guys, I'm starting to get a little bit... it's difficult for me to speak because of the issues that I have with my throat. So, yeah, thank you for participating in this amazing event, which was the stream of making this Batman from scratch in Blender, as always. And see you in the next video, which will be not next week, because next week I told you I'm in Vienna, Austria. So I will not be able to stream, but I will be in the Discord. I will watch what happens in the Discord server. By the way, let's see how other people are making Batman in the Discord server. Let's do this. Batman, work in progress. Yeah, the anatomy is a little bit off here. It's a little bit, you know, difficult. Batman and Joker, this is some old stuff. This is Batman without the mask, as you can see. This is Batman with the mask. Not bad, but still, you know, the renders, there are no shadows, proper shadows and everything. So render is very important. Even if you make relatively good model, then you have to render it. And you have to spend some time adjusting lights and everything. This is not a render at all, just a print screen, which is not super cool. This is also kind of a render, but the shadows are not remotely as harsh as they have to be. So yeah, this one is the Dark Knight. Yeah, it's cool. Here we can see Batman, who is very short because he has a big head. When you make a hero with very big head, then it turns out that this hero looks like a dwarf, which if you want it to look like a dwarf, for example, Wolverine in the beginning was supposed to be a short Irish character, like short-tempered and short, like, height. But at some point it became, wow, this is like, yeah, this looks a little bit like this guy from Rammstein, the vocalist of Rammstein, a little bit. This is pretty cool, by the way, one of the challenges here in the server. This is Batman. By the way, this render is pretty nice. As you can see, it looks almost like a 3D print, but the model is not super cool. He doesn't have this kind of pointy and harsh things here. He has kind of ears, so this is it's not Batman, this is a Catman, in my opinion. This is nice. This is also nice, but around the mouth there is nothing happening. There are some bumps here and there, so you have to know a little bit more face anatomy in order to do those kind of things. This is cool. He looks manly. Interesting. A little bit Dolph Lundgren vibes in the face. This, as you can see, is pretty cool. The anatomy is not bad. Although a little bit more thick, the shoes here, the boots, but other than that, it's pretty cool. And as you can see, when you're concentrating on the silhouette, it looks like a frog, like super huge mouth. It's a little bit strange, but other than that, especially the ears, they're looking perfect. Just super sharp and nice looking ears. And from the profile view, amazing stuff. Tony, very good. Let's see this. Not bad, but the ears are separate mesh and they look like separate mesh, which is a problem sometimes. This, of course, is this guy probably is a beginner. So beginners, of course, will make a worse job. People who are a little bit more forward, they will make a better job. For this one, I would say just making the neck like very thick would make this a lot better. Because now he looks like a child Batman, you know. Like, I'm a Batman, yeah. Which, yeah. This one, yeah, we have these things here which are not necessary in this case. The necessary things to make the overall face and the mask with the Batman to look nice. This is looking cool. Again, the head is a little bit too round, and the ears are separate mesh, which we don't approve that much. Okay, this, by the way, is nice. Great effort on the hair, great. Very thin neck we have here. This Batman looks like a little bit like a very young Batman, or maybe a woman Batwoman, maybe. We have other Batmans, but a lot of people have tried this. This I like. I like the mouth, by the way. It's very interesting. Although, from the side view, it doesn't look like the concept, but it's interesting. Here we have a whole... You know, when people are inspired by some concept, they are able to put more time and not only do the face, but do also some of the body, which is great. Great stuff. Yeah, practice for the whole body. Amazing. I like it. And this one is one of the best, by the way. He has almost everything. The anatomy is pretty good. So yeah. It just misses a little bit of a pose and nice render. This is mine, by the way. This is my first try. When I also tried to do a body. But of course it was in the Discord server. By the way, I stream sometimes in the Discord. This is more artistic view of my try. And I sometimes stream in the Discord server, so you can check it out. Here I go to streams and I start streaming. Not bad. This is also my first try. Yeah, and my first try, or second. I'm not sure that this was my first or second try. But still, one of my tries was this. And other people have tried the Batman here. It turns out the Batman is not... Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. Ever. You know. But the Discord server is cool. Here I have a file with a lot of things. I sometimes sculpt. I was having plans, by the way, to do this guy in series of videos for my other channel. Just like a course, but live. And to do like a 1.5 hour video, then next one, until we do this. But I started to do it just to try it. Without lives, without anything, just to try it. It turns out this will be huge. It will be very, very long process of doing this. It will be at the end probably nice, but I prefer probably if I do something like this, I probably will do some sexy girl, because it will be more appropriate. Those things will be amazing, by the way, to do. Especially this lion is looking pretty nice. A lot of muscles. Practice anatomy. Practice hair styling. Sculpting. This is a cool Ninja Turtle. This, by the way, I don't know. This looks like a Ninja Turtle, but also looks like this guy from Mario. Bowser, I think. So, I don't know which one it is. This tiger also is looking pretty cool to sculpt. It's asymmetrical, so at the end, if I do this for a challenge, for one of the weekly challenges, if somebody likes the concept that much, they can do it. Maybe some of the next weekly challenges will be this one. They can do it, and this with the proper render and proper nice everything, it could be a super nice piece for your portfolio. Because it looks badass, it just looks nice, and it will look good in 3D if done correctly and properly. And it will be difficult, by the way. And maybe with a little bit less fingers on the arm. Because you see, we have the thumb and the back, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the front. And with the thumb, it will be 6. So it's a little bit too much, but it doesn't matter. These are things. This is AI, of course. It's stupid. This one also is AI. It looks cool. Yeah, AI is making nice things. I'm just saving them. This is not AI, by the way, and I did it in 3D. Where I posted, I think I posted in Whips. Let's see it. This guy. Can we find it here? Because Whips section in my Discord server is the most visited, the most busy thing. Many people are posting there, so I probably will not be able to find my own post. Oh, this is the Dragon Girl in Banner course. Nice. I rarely see. This is a very complex course, kind of one of the more complicated courses that I've did, and I don't expect people to do it too much, but some people are having the patience to do it. So yeah, here it is, this guy. So this is this. Yeah, just for fun, just for the quick, test, just to do it. It's interesting. This one also is probably gonna be for not so quick test because it has a little bit more detail, and it will be. But those kind of sculpts are so much fun to do, because it's not something realistic human or something, and you can put something from yourself and everything. So that's why I have this kind of a huge file with a lot of things. This, by the way, is mostly my file for the leg anatomy course. So I have a lot of leg anatomy stuff here, but also I have other stuff just to do from time to time, just to keep my skill up, if you may say. Yeah, 6 fingers for the tiger, exactly. But Nico, why is the sun so hot? Because the sun is a star, and usually they are kind of hot. Have you seen Bobby Fingers, Steven Seagal choke hold diorama? No, I haven't. Do fingers like the AI told you? 5 fingers is cheating. Nico fell over. How to break the anatomy? You have to learn, practice, and at some point you will start to understand it better. Maybe, but nobody knows. Yeah, I don't pretend to know anatomy perfectly, but I know enough to teach people, and that's what I do. And I'm continuing to practice and learn more and more. Do you generate the images yourself, or did you find them? I found them. I don't like to generate images that much myself, but when I find something in Pinterest, for example, which is nice looking, I put it here, and then, I use it as a challenge in the Discord server. This one is not AI, by the way. This is from Tudvu, I think. The guy who is responsible for the Boy and the Dragon, one of my courses. By the way, check out my courses in the links below in the description. And also, goodbye. And Anatomy for Sculptors book is the best. Yes, one of the people is saying, Michelle is saying that. And most of those are from Anatomy for Sculptors book. Most of those images are from there, because Anatomy for Sculptors book is just the best. It's just the best. Of course, you don't only need the book, you also need to spend time and work with the book, like open it, PDF or the real book, and learn from it, think, understand the shapes and forms that they're showing you. Because if you just own the book, like many people own the book, but they haven't opened it, or just open it once, it doesn't work like that. You have to watch this image, for example. I have spent hours and hours watching it overall, because I was working and watching this, working on the leg anatomy, watching this, watching so many times that I've watched it for hours, if you combine all this time. But still, I don't know it like completely, because anatomy is pretty complex. The forms are very complex, and you need a long time to kind of understand and put them in your head to be able to make them without watching too much. So most of the time when I want to make a good anatomy human, I tend to watch references, which I think is absolutely normal, because if you don't watch references, this means that you are very young and you don't know how the things works, and you think that you should be able to do it without references to be a good artist, but it's quite the opposite. When you are a very good artist, you know to use a lot of references, but most people learn it in later years of their life. I'm using PureRef exactly. This is a PureRef file. PureRef. Uldris Zarnis is goated. Yes. Are you Brazilian? No. What about fat? It's so hard to add it when muscles are easy. Not the muscles or the fat are easy, but when you know the muscles, when you put them there, then you can add a little bit of fat here and there using real references from real people. That will help you. Do you ever use Dynatopo? Almost never. Lots of artists only know anime, the great wall art in artist skill level. Probably yes. Okay, bye for now, guys. And see you in the week after the next one, if everything is okay, and I get back from Vienna in one piece. Although Vienna shouldn't be a very scary city, I guess. But we'll see. So, bye for now.